This is Steve Nicholson at International Food Products, an economist here. It is the 11th of July, and in our previous video we talked about the Missouri River Basin and the impacts it's having on food and agriculture. But we want to talk a little bit more specifically, somewhat a related topic, to soybean oil bases in the central part of the United States and around the country. The soybean oil basis levels have really appreciated dramatically since the late spring or the spring time period here in the United States. Some of that has been, there's probably two major factors in that, actually three major factors I should mention. One is, of course, the Missouri River flooding has caused logistical problems for two big plants in that area, and because they do not have the ability to bring in soybeans or ship soybean oil or meal out by rail, they do a lot by truck, it's been more expensive, and so they've also taken their oil basis up in essence and try to lower demand. And so with that, with them taking up the oil bases for both refined, crude, and packaged basis levels, that has sort of had a ripple effect in this, across the United States. So you've seen all the major crushers take their oil basis levels up very, very high to records we have not seen since 2008 due to part of the Missouri River Basin. Also, those numbers, basis levels have gone up because of the problem with biodiesel, or depending on how you look at that, whether it's an opportunity or a problem. The industry's been very bullish on biodiesel once the renewal of the tax credit last January, and the view is that the demand for biodiesel will go up, therefore the demand for oil will go up. We'll need to take basis levels up accordingly. Now, biodiesel demand has gone up. It has not been as dramatic, I think, as some people thought, but it has had the impact of taking basis levels up very, very high. The third reason, and not necessarily in order of priority, is the fact that crush margins are very, very poor. Beans have gotten very expensive out of the country for crushers. Oil levels have now, and meal demand is very, very poor, so you have meal prices are very poor, so you leave oil as the only leg left in the crushing margin to try to get some revenue out of, to try to improve that. So one of the ways that crushers have done that is to take basis levels up on soybean oil to try to help at least stem some of the red ink that they've had in their crushing margins really since late winter, early spring. Basis levels for oil are bound to stay. They are going to be this high at least through the third quarter of this year. There is a discount for fourth quarter basis levels, but they probably will stay relatively high to what we have expected, historically during the fourth quarter. So basis levels will stay very high and continue to keep soybean oil prices on the high side.